Welcome to the show. Let me get this stuff started. First I gotta set up the output so that it actually records. Nope, wrong thing. Real tech. There we go. Alright, that should work. Hey, Monk. Alright, let's hear it. Is this working? Looks like it is. Hey, Aratasami. I haven't listened to this since we worked on it 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, that baseline. I know the baseline's awesome. Thank you. I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, so welcome to the show. I'm Ben Prunty. You probably know me from FTL, but I've done a lot of other game soundtracks too. My most recent being Dead Secret. If you haven't seen, if you're wondering about this track, I started it 2 weeks ago in a previous episode, and I basically started from scratch. I had a couple of chord progression ideas and a tempo, and like the idea to have like a swing beat, and I just worked from there. And we created everything on the live stream in like 2 hours. The previous episode is up on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/benprunty. So you can watch part 1 there if you missed it. Hello, F-Kids, and Narwhal, and Gramophones. So, okay, before I get started, Monk of Destiny made a good point. I have to remind you guys that I will not be taking suggestions from the chat for legal reasons. I'll be doing my own stuff. I know it's like very tempting to give out suggestions, and I appreciate it, and it would be fun, but I can't do it. So no suggestions. I won't be taking them. I'll just be doing my stuff. But please feel free to ask questions. Ask me anything about what I'm doing. If I'm doing something and it seems confusing to you and you don't know what it is that I'm doing, feel free to ask. I will always stop and talk to you guys about what I'm doing. So yeah, we're making this track. It's not for any particular game. It's not for any particular album or project. It's just we started it here on the stream just to do something fun, and I had no particular goal for it other than sort of this like the kind of swing beat that I had in mind, which sort of made it into this like 80s hip-hop kind of sound, which is pretty cool. So we're just going to roll with it. We have no particular goal. And so I'm just going to keep going and building off of this and seeing where it goes. Not really sure where to take it. I don't have any idea. I did not touch this between the last episode and today. At least not that I remember. I'm not sure what this is, though. I don't remember putting that thing in. We'll mute it for now. So we've got this little opening part. Oh, and the other thing about this track is we're doing... Most of it is going to be done with Omnisphere presets. Because I got Omnisphere recently. Hello, Vox. I should go in and name everything, too. Attack Shimmer. Glass Hammer Random. Oh, right, that's the glitchy percussion part. We'll just call it Glass Hammer. These are battery. Heavy rock kit. Just that's also heavy rock kit. It's always good to name your stuff. Cream of Emotion 2. You don't need that hyphen. Octobase plucker. I'll let it keep going while I'm naming these things. Granular guitaret. Right? 2 keys? Yeah, 2 keys. Hey, Narwhal, yeah, does kind of sound Renegade-esque, which is also one of my favorite tracks from Color Sky. Alright. So, we got some questions here. Ali Catnap asks, which song of yours has the most layers and instruments, and how many? I'm not really sure, because I don't usually count how many instruments there are, but I do remember Lanius Battle from the FTL Advanced soundtrack having a lot of layers. There was like 15 different percussion layers or something. There's a track from Darkside Detective that's like sort of an orchestra electronic hybrid. I think I played it on one of the earlier live streams, and that was like very that had a lot of layers too. But I don't really usually keep track. Probably the most number of tracks in a thing was probably like 30 something, but I really don't know. Usually it's somewhere between like 12 and 20 tracks, I think. Hello, Snake Doctor. Yeah, I'm gonna start looking at numbers of tracks now. I'm very lucky in that I don't have to worry about it because I have a very beefy machine. So like I can keep throwing stuff in here and more tracks, and my computer can handle it. There was a time when it couldn't, when I was doing everything on my I had a MacBook, and the MacBook was great, but it could not. It would, after about 12 tracks or so, it would start to choke. Okay, Gramophones asks, for the patches you're using in Omnisphere, how did you go about selecting them? Did you already have a list of sounds that you're always working with, or do you venture and find new ones? Actually, for this track, I had just gotten Omnisphere and hadn't really used it yet. So we were just going through and like, if you watch the previous episode of this, part 1 of this particular thing, I believe Monk of Destiny probably linked to it. Yeah, Monk of Destiny linked to part 1. And you can see the exact way that I chose all of these patches, which is mostly just like, I think I want a pad. Let's listen to some of the pads until we find one that sounds cool. And that's really it. Because I haven't really used Omnisphere much, and part of doing this track is to learn like how the presets sound in Omnisphere. Okay, so we've got this cool melody here. And then it repeats. I think it would be cool if some chords came in that changed the context of that melody a little and sort of added depth to it. But not this. So for some reason I just copied the previous part over, but I'm gonna delete that. And this, I don't even know why this is here. I'm getting rid of that. Or I'm just gonna leave it muted for now. So let's try to find a pad or something that will make some kind of interesting chord sound. I don't know. Let me... Oh, sorry about that. What if we just move this in here and... I'm gonna move this up a fifth, so 7 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know what this is gonna sound like, but I have I'm trying to be experimental here. Nah, it doesn't sound very good. Let's get rid of that. Actually, what if we did a full octave? Another octave? That's actually kind of cool. Hey, X System. And hello, Simpole. Hey, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. That doesn't fit. Hey, Welch. Is that gonna sound better? Doesn't, it's a little too, Ellie Catnap asks, how long do you feel it took you to have a solid grasp of music theory? Well, it's a little embarrassing, but it took me a very long time, like a matter of years. But here's the thing, for some reason, for many years, it didn't even occur to me that, like, to even start studying music theory. Like, I didn't really know anything about it, and I don't know, it didn't occur to me to start studying music theory until, I don't know, maybe 2007, which was maybe like 7 or 8 years after I started doing music. I cannot tell you why it took me that long, but it did. But that's also not coincidentally when my music started to sound more interesting. But it took me like once I started to learn music theory, I don't know, it took me a couple of years to like get a better grasp of it, but I still don't feel like I'm like have a full grasp of it yet. And like doing the live streams and having to talk about it makes me realize of like there's still a lot that I don't know and need to learn, which is actually pretty cool. So I want to go back and like look through all the books that I have of music theory and like read through them a second time. I think it'd be really valuable. Snake Doctor asks, how did you go about studying it? I would find books on music theory and read through them, and most of them were terrible. I'm just going to go right out and say it. Most of the music theory books you'll find out there are really poorly written. And I hated all of them, even though I was learning from them, but it was like painful. And then I found a book called The Complete Idiot's Guide to Music Theory, and it was incredibly well written, and ironically the smartest book on music theory I had read, in comparison to most of them. That's definitely the best book on music theory that I've ever found, and you should read it if you're interested in theory. Oh, thanks, Allie Catnap. Yeah, that's a list of books that I read. Good ones. Oops. Let's go. No, let me try that again. Well, the first two measures of that were really good. Let's get rid of that stuff. And we will iterative quantize. Get it a little bit closer, because my rhythm is terrible. So, okay, I should probably explain what I'm doing. Usually I don't, and I gotta learn to not do that. Okay, so we have this part here. This arpeggiated sort of bell part. And then we have the whole thing go down one whole step. And it required some adjustment because it actually moved some notes out of the scale that it's supposed to be in, which I believe is C minor. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I moved these two notes to fit into the scale. And it has a nice movement, right? It goes from here. And then I have another part where it goes back up. It's pretty cool, right? I hope the video is still going because my Twitch feed just died, but I think I'm still broadcasting. I don't have any connection issues. Anyway, okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Glad it's working. So JSG3 asks, possible newbie question. In KBS, you can't directly add an effect or insert to a MIDI track, and adding to an instrument track applies to all instances. Is there any easy way of working around this? I'm not really sure because I always work directly with instrument tracks. I've never used MIDI tracks. So, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe using sends? But that's not perfect either. Yeah, I'm not sure I can help you there because I just load up instruments directly. If I ever figure it out, I will let you know though. Oops. There we go. Wrong instrument. Alright, we're starting on G here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's do that. Okay. Let me answer some more questions here. Gramophones asks, how did you go about in improving your mixing skills? Books as well? So I actually went to school for audio engineering. So that was where I learned the majority of my mixing skills. And then everything else after that was practice. Lots and lots of practice. Let me do a little bit of quantizing on these. Narwhal of Death asks, have you ever tried to make a piece that tells a story? Yes, and Alley Catnap has the answer there. Yeah, the train robbery tells a story, and I've had a few other pieces where I sort of try to imply a vague story. A lot of Dark Window is supposed to like evoke storytelling. I'm gonna hit reset. Nobody say anything in the chat for a second here, because I'm gonna reset my browser here. Make sure that the stream is working. I don't know why mine's down. Yeah, it looks like it's working now. Don't worry about it, Alley Catnap. I'm sure it's fine. Alright, so I want to add a pad. So that's what I was originally going to do, and then I wrote a melody instead. But I'm going to add some kind of like background pad. So we're going to add an instrument, and we're going to load up Omnisphere again. Alright, so let's get the patch browser here. Pads and strings. We've got all of these different, let's try nostalgia. Oh, there's not a whole lot in nostalgia. Let's try them out anyway. And I'm going to turn it down just in case they're super loud with this. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. What else we got? Not the most exciting. This is kind of cool too, but it might be a little too busy. It's also really loud. What if we filtered it? Might be cool with like some glitchy effects on it. Although I tend to be like, I tend to do that a lot. Maybe I overdo the glitchy sound. Yeah, I don't think it fits. Let's turn off the filter and then keep looking through here. We turned it way down, didn't we? Yeah. It's kind of cool. All right, see you later, Vox. Thanks for joining, and hopefully I'll see you next week. You can watch the rest of it on YouTube. I'll be posting it later today. Once the stream is over, it'll go up on YouTube. Ooh, this is nice. There's a nice edginess to it. Yeah, that's cool. Aratosami says, I'm searching for a good keyboard, but I don't know what I have to pay attention to. Mechanical keys, amount of keys, aftertouch. That depends a lot on what you're looking for. Like, you definitely want aftertouch, for sure. And depending on how big your setup is, you may want more or fewer octaves, right? So if like if it's a small workspace or you want it to be portable, you're going to want fewer octaves. I would say don't settle for anything less than 2 octaves, although it's pretty hard to find a 1 octave keyboard anyway, so you're probably fine. 3 octaves, I think, is a good compromise between portability and like ease of use. So like there's I think it's the Korg Micro Key has a 3 octave model, and I really like that one. It's like a nice portable one that's like large enough that you can actually get stuff done with it. I would say for electronic music production, having mechanical keys is not necessary. Like, this keyboard that I use does not have mechanical keys, and it still feels pretty good. I do have a electronic piano that has like proper weighted keys, like on a real piano, and that's really nice, but it's not necessary. It's only if you're like really into like if you're like really into piano playing. This sounds really cool, but I don't know if it'll fit or not. Let's give it a try. Super loud, hang on. not really getting what I want out of this. What was that first thing I did? Oh, the weird bubbly vinyl thing. We didn't actually try this out. Sounds cool, but I'm still not convinced. Let me try. I did kind of like the idea of a choir, though. So let's see what they have for choir stuff. An Omnisphere. We'll leave this for now. We'll just leave it muted. And we'll look through vocal stuff. They have vocal section. Oh, human voices. It's not called vocal. Well, they've got a Gregorian men type. Let's try a classical choir. Oh man, they've got a whole bunch of stuff. The attack is super... Oh, that must be... No, that's the amp. Can't seem to get the attack any slower. Hey, Narwhal, I like your story. Yeah, Omnisphere has like way too many presets. It's pretty great. Let's find a more interesting, not a standard choir, but some other different choir. Whoa. Let's turn that down. Ooh, this is cool. Oh, I like this a lot. This is really cool. Whoa, what the hell? All right, maybe we won't use that one. That's terrible. I mean, it sounds awesome. I want to save that for the next Dark Window album, but Jesus. It sounds really cool at first. Maybe it has some... Ooh. All right, this is incredibly fun finding these new presets. Whoa, they actually speak. Oh, I see. They're actually saying the... That's pretty fun. That's pretty cool, but it's like, when am I ever going to use, like, a specific spoken word? Oh, core activities. Asks, do you need a guitar line? I'm not quite sure what you're saying, but I guess not right now. And what BPM is this? That's a good question. I don't remember. We are going at 95 BPM. Wow, there's so much stuff. All right, we gotta stop here because I could be here forever. Okay, here's maybe some other things that aren't as bizarre. This is cool. You don't... All right, we're just gonna go back. I can't use any of this stuff for this track. It just doesn't fit. So, not without like a lot of weird manipulating. So let's go back to pads and such. Pads and strings. Look at all these. Look at all this. So let's just scroll down to a random spot here and start going. Fuzz pipe, what's that? Narwhal of Death, you gotta write down, like, you guys, Alley Catnap and Narwhal, you gotta, like, write down the whole story somewhere, because that would be awesome. I will link to it if you guys publish it somewhere. This is nice. Okay, so this is what people were telling me about Omnispheres, that, like, every single preset is amazing. Ooh, this is cool too. I don't know, I kind of like this though. It's kind of a sound that I don't usually use for anything. Bye, Alley Catnap. I will see you later tonight. Yeah, let's get back on track here. We kind of got distracted just looking through presets, which is okay. You know, that you can have that happen sometimes, and it's not a big deal. I'm not even really sure that's what I want for this section. Let's go back and listen to the whole thing since we haven't done that in a while, and there's probably a lot of new people here that haven't heard the whole thing. Alright, I think I have a better idea of where to go from here. I'm gonna do some experimenting. This is the bass line, isn't it? Yeah. Whoa, what is this? Oh, this is another like bass kind of thing, wasn't it? What was this? Boy, that's really cool, actually. We don't even need the Effectrix on it. Let's try something. Turn it way down, though. It's really cool. So right now I'm using I don't know if this is gonna work. Experimenting. I'm going to be using Omnisphere's harmonic exciter to try to get a little bit more oomph out of the higher portions of this new instrument that we just added. Well, old instrument that I've re-added. It's pretty subtle though, so it may not really add much. just need to turn it up a little. Let's try an octave down. Whoops. Maybe we need to add a maximizer here. Whoops. That might be a little better. Still not finished. What is this? I want some kind of like cool rhythmic part for this. When the beat comes back. Alright, so Signal allows you to take two different sounds and build sort of rhythmic part out of them. So start with like All right, so signal allows you to take two different sounds and build sort of rhythmic part out of them. So start with like all right, so now we're going to add another layer here. We have another sine pluck. Maybe we'll do something else. Look through instruments here. It all makes sense in a bit here. Just give me some time to figure this out. This is pretty fun, right? All right, thanks for joining, F-Kids. I'll see you next week. Let's hear how this sounds in place, huh? Kind of like it. Let's make those, whoops. There we go. And oops. I messed this up. There we go. So usually with Signal, I usually like to have all the keys be at the same velocity. Otherwise you get like individual notes that are too loud. What happens if we add some more notes? Whoa. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, hey, core activities. Maybe you missed the beginning, and yeah, I'm sorry. I have to figure out a way to like have it be very obvious everywhere. But I can't take I can't take suggestions from the chat. Anything for legal reasons, legal ownership reasons. So I won't be taking any suggestions, and I'm sorry about that. I know it's kind of fun to like try to like contribute, but can't do it. Sorry. All right, let's see here. keep going with this pattern here. Oops. I don't know if this is gonna work. Hey, see you later, X System. Thanks for joining, and yeah, we'll see you next week. All right, I'm just gonna get rid of this part, and maybe this part too. We're going to do full quantize for this part. All right, we're in too deep. I'm going to go back and listen to the whole thing from the start here. sound better with just that instrument. Also, I tried muting this thing. Let's see how that sounds. That's the signal thing in the beginning. Oh, whoa. Yeah, I think it's better without the signal part in the beginning. Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. All right, I've got another idea. Maybe not battery. Let's close that. Okay, here's a drum thing that comes with... It's a drum machine that comes with Cubase, but I never use it. But it does have some good sounds. It's a wonderful, like, 80s sound. I don't know if that's going to be... Whoa. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm totally here to answer anything. Oh man, it sounds so good. But what if... Oh yeah, and it has that wonderful... It sounds really good too. I don't know, this may sound freaking awful, but... Hey, Master Sword. Welcome. Okay, I think it's getting close to what I was thinking about. I'm going to make a second one of these. Duplicate. And delete that. Oops. Oh, here we go. Oh, we haven't. I know what I did wrong here. We did not add swing to it. There we go. Polygon Assassin asks, how long did it take you to learn the software? It's been an ongoing process. I got it in 2005. I started using Cubase in 2005, and I've been using it for 11 years now, and I'm still learning to use it. Like, for instance, somebody in the chat told me that I could do, when I wanted to move something up an octave, I could hold shift and then hit up or down to move it up or down an octave like this. I didn't even know that until recently. So I would say it took me probably like a couple of years to get like competent at it. And now I'm just like continually refining. Master Sword, I will play the whole track in just a moment since you just joined in. And you can hear how it's going. I have this idea of like sort of making it a little bit heavier in a minute. That's probably good enough. For now. And we'll turn this down a little bit. Oops, no, I didn't want to do that. Crap, I don't remember what was muted. I think these are all muted. Yeah. Get rid of these. This is not being used either. Let's move that down. Mute. Whoa. Okay, these don't really fit with all sorts of weird shit. Let's get rid of that. this could be really ridiculous, but that's part of the fun. I'm gonna do a maximizer on this. Gramophones asks, when exporting stems for mixing, do you spread your drum track to multiple tracks to separate each drum? I actually do all the mixing here in the initial track. I do like a mixing pass after I'm sort of done writing everything. If I feel I need to mix the drum pieces separately, I will like separate them into separate tracks so that I can do like sort of what I just did here, but I'll do it extended if I think it needs it, if it, but it's like case by case basis. So I don't do it every time. At some point I will do a mastering session on this show. I know it's been requested a few times, and I will definitely do it. I have a few tracks now that like I've specifically made mostly on the live stream, and we can sort of master all 3 of them on one of the sessions. Or at least one of them. We'll see how long it takes. Thanks, Master Sword. Maybe that can be a little bit quieter. Alright, I want to do a new instrument that plays this part. This part. Something louder and edgier. So let's load up Omnisphere again, see what we can do. Whoops, not a MIDI track. So here's a way to like go through presets, is if you have a melody already in place for it to play, you'll have a much better idea of what works and what doesn't. So we're going to do this. We're going to loop this section. Well, first we let's set this instrument up here. We'll turn it down a little, because who knows what it's going to sound like. I'm thinking like, we have a whole section of distortion. Oh boy. Ooh, that sounds pretty cool already. Whoa. Oh, I see. If you hold it down long enough. Boy, does that sound cool. That's pretty cool. Let's see what it sounds like with this. Ooh, hang on. So let's try, whoops, save this. Let's double this, move this aside so we know we have a unedited, unaltered version, and we're going to shorten these notes. What happened here? Just delete it and make a new one. This one too. Select. And we'll shorten all of these down to 32nd note. See how that sounds. I could have been more organized about this, but I didn't. Wasn't. Let's see here. Gramophones asks, what do you like about adding the maximizer to some of your tracks? I just find some things are too quiet, and like they don't... the maximizer just is a sort of a compressor, so it raises the quieter parts without raising the loudest parts. So if I put in an instrument and I don't think it's clear enough and it's not coming through the way I had imagined it, I will put the maximizer on it to see how that sounds. Usually it like fixes the problem, because sometimes just pulling up the fader is not going to do it. You can also, another solution is to increase the volume in the instrument itself, but sometimes you can't do that, or sometimes it just doesn't work the way you want it to. There, let's try this thing that I just edited here. Okay, we got a good start here. Don't need this. Actually, kind of want to just change everything to be the same length. Except these. I'm going to make the first notes a little bit longer. Maybe, or maybe just the bottom notes longer. I don't know. Let's listen to it again. sure I like it. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Let's mute it for now. I think I've lost sight of what I was doing here. Alright, so I don't know what to do with that yet. We'll just leave it for now. Also, I'm gonna make a folder here. And put all this stuff in the folder. And then we close it up, and it reduces clutter. And we don't have to get rid of those instruments just yet. Right, that's where it's supposed to be. Do a little bit of quantizing. Narwhal, is it like killing you that you have this suggestion? I mean, you could say the suggestion. I'm just not going to take it. I am thinking about possibly adding guitar to this. It might be really fun. I don't know. Maybe we'll do that next week. Alright, I'm going to do another signal instrument. I usually do quiet stuff with signal, but I want to try to maybe do something loud. Yeah, I don't know. Not certain about this. Write a part for this. That's probably, wait a minute, I got this wrong. Oops. Yeah, I don't know about this either. This is what happens sometimes. Like, I know it's not as exciting maybe, but like, you're gonna run into times when you like, just things that you try to do just don't work the way you're hoping that they will do. Last week's session was like super smooth and everything came out really well. This week's session, not so much. Yeah, I just don't like it. I am getting rid of it right now. Remove. Done. It's gone. Alright, so we're just about at the end anyway, so I'm going to go back, we'll listen to the whole thing over again, and then I'll answer any other questions you guys have. If you have any, please ask them. I'll answer it when the track is done playing, and then I guess we'll wrap it up for today. Yeah, I might even just remove this. We'll leave it for now, but next week I'm going to be taking a more critical eye to it. I'm not sure I really like it that much. I feel like I lost sight of what the original track was becoming. So we'll probably edit this last part out, or change it or something. Maybe just take these drum parts out. I don't know. We'll see. Polygon Assassin asks, first asking if this is something for a game soundtrack or just for fun. This was just for fun. I'm just doing it specifically for the live stream with no specific goal in mind. Just having fun and playing around with Omnisphere, making cool stuff. Second question is, how long did the FTL soundtrack take to make? In total, it was about a year. I would say it was about 6 months of full-time work over the course of a year. My skills have greatly increased since then. I could probably do it something similar a lot faster these days, but at the time, it was the most ambitious thing I had ever done. So, and it took about 6 months of full-time work. So, if you guys have any other questions, I'll answer them. And I'd also want feedback from you guys. Like, the live streams have steadily decreased in popularity, and I want to know, like, what you guys would like to see more of and what you'd rather see less of. So please give me feedback either here or, just talk at me on Twitter or something. But yeah, any feedback is greatly appreciated. But if there are no more questions, thank you everybody for joining in. It's always fun. I always look forward to doing this every week. And I'll be here again next week. On Saturday again. I'm not sure what I'll be working on. Maybe this, maybe something else, maybe something for Skytorn or Darkside Detective. Yeah, I will also be back on Tuesday with Allison for more Resident Evil, and then on Thursday with Joe for more Dark Forces. But yeah, please follow me on Twitch and on Twitter, and like my Facebook page. We do lots of fun stuff on the Facebook page, so that's worth following. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. Thank you for joining. All right, see you guys around. Stop streaming.